So how should we be leveling up in Season of Discovery Phase 4 from level 50 to 60? Well, there's many different things to do, and also tips and tricks I would like to share with you in this guide. So luckily we will keep the experience buff, and therefore experience is increased by 50% all the way up to max level. The Nightmare Incursion dailies will grant experience, but only up to level 53. But nonetheless, it will grant some decent experience, so it's definitely worth to do this every single day. And instead of spending a lot of travel time going here, just look for a Warlock and pay around 5 gold for a summon. It's going to be worth it compared to all the time you will save. And talking about saving time, ever since Phase 3, mages has been able to portal people to the different main cities. Therefore, you should also be looking for a mage whenever you have to go to another continent or to a main city. It's going to save you a lot of time, and once again, it's going to be probably 5 gold or so to get to this location. Another solution would simply be to ask someone in a main city to sign you up for a battleground, enter the battleground, leave, and get teleported to the location where they signed you up. And yeah, don't worry, if you leave the battleground, then someone else will be invited instantly, and therefore you won't really harm the battleground. One thing I enjoyed doing in Season of Discovery Phase 3 were to level up my old characters in Gnomeregan from level 40 to around 46. This time around I will continue to do it in Sunken Temple whenever my old characters has a bit of rested experience. And when you do these raids, you're not only granting experience, because there might also be a chance that you're getting yourself an upgrade that will increase your leveling speed. And talking about increasing your leveling speed, then you could also be using a leveling guide just like I will. This guide will work all the way up to max level, and it's super easy to follow and takes around 1 minute or so to set up everything. The good thing is that it automatically detects what class you're playing, therefore it will also guide you through the best possible route to collect your runes as you're leveling up. And of course there's going to be numbers on your map and many different things illustrating and also guiding you through the best possible route to 60. In a moment I will show you many different ways you can level up, but remember to also be using your cozy sleeping bag whenever there's no longer a cooldown, as this will increase your experience gain by 3% for 2 hours. Alright, so one thing you could be doing is to level up with dungeons, the first dungeon being Blackrock Depths. As an Alliance player, head to Dun Moreau, and at Caranos you'll find an NPC giving you your first quest. Next, head to Burning Steps, where there's also going to be quite a few quests to pick up. One of these quests will tell you to slay Overmaster Pyron. This NPC, or well, this elite, can be found right in front of the dungeon entrance portal, so make sure to take care of this as your group is moving into the dungeon. As a Horde player, head to Badlands, where you can also pick up quite a few quests. The good thing is that this location also has an innkeeper, so what you could be doing is to change your hearthstone to this location, so whenever you finish all the different quests, you can just use your hearthstone to go back. Both factions can also pick up a quest in Burning Steps, as this NPC is neutral. And another neutral NPC can be found as you're moving into the dungeon. Pick up the quest Attunement of the Core, as this is needed in order to be attuned for Molten Core. By doing this, you will also grant experience and complete different things, so you don't have to take care of this at level 60. Next up, you could head to Lower Blackrock Spire. This is at the same location as Blackrock Depths, or well, close to. As a Horde player, once again, head to Badlands, and at this tower, you can pick up different quests for the dungeon. At this tower, there's also a hidden quest, or well, something you might not know of, at least if you're not an experienced player. Speak to this NPC and listen to the story. Once you have heard everything, you will be given an item, and this item will begin a quest for the dungeon as well. And just like Blackrock Depths, then if you head to Burning Steps, there's going to be other neutral NPCs you can speak to get different quests. These will require you to do the dungeon as a 5-man party without converting this to a raid group, so it's going to be important to do them in case you would actually like to complete this quest, as you can't complete the quest while being in a raid group. So what about the Alliance? Well, you can speak to this Night Elf in Burning Steps and pick up a quest. And what's quite nice is that when you kill the final boss, you can also loot this letter. This is only as an Alliance player. As a Horde player, you can't pick this up. The quest will tell you to head back to Burning Steps, and this is going to take you on a quest chain. Or well, just one more quest, where you will have to slay the final boss in Upper Blackrock Spire. Once you have done this, you will also be rewarded with an amazing trinket. I'll get back to this dungeon, or well, raid, later in the video. First off, Scholomance, another important thing to be doing as you're leveling up. As a Horde player, head to this location, and you can pick up the exact same quest as an Alliance player, but by heading to this camp in Western Plaguelands. Once you have picked up these quests, You can also head to Eastern Plaguelands, where there's going to be other quests you can pick up, and once again, these are neutral NPCs. Also a quest right in front of the dungeon entrance. If you feel like this is way too difficult to do, then you could also do Stratholme. Here you can obtain many different items, some of them maybe even being your pre-rig biz. One quest to pick up is here in Eastern Plaguelands. In fact, there's going to be many different quests for the location, for the dungeon. It will be important to do as you're leveling up, as you'll be granted so much additional experience and gold and even items as well. At this point, you're also getting closer to level 60, and if you still don't feel like you're strong enough to doing Upper Blackrock Spire, then you could for example be doing WoW, as every single dungeon will be available during Season of Discovery Phase 4. If you decide to do Upper Blackrock Spire, then as an Alliance player you have to go to Stormwind City and pick up this pre-quest. The quest will tell you to head to Burning Steps, and if you already did Lower Blackrock Spire and you acquired the quest letter, well then remember to also begin the quest. Else, you can start the quest here as well, just in case you abandoned it earlier. As a Horde player, you can head to Undercity, and at this location, speak to this undead to pick up yourself a pre-quest. Next up, you gotta head to Badlands, where you hand in a quest, and then there's going to be yet another one you can pick up from this undead as well. The fastest ways to level up will definitely be with quest, and also a combination of doing the quest in the different dungeons. You could also level up slower, but making a lot of gold at the same time, at least if you're lucky. And this is by farming different things, such as the formula for Crusader enchant. It could also be different recipes for flask and other important consumables. Nonetheless, then I do hope you will get to enjoy Season of Discovery Phase 4 and your leveling journey to 60, and hopefully also attending your first raid. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace!